Good morning, YouTubers. T-Squared with T-Squared Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is Tuesday morning and got a great video planned out for you guys. Before I start, I gotta kind of lead in a little bit with this. If you guys hear me talking in the comments or in a video about looking for a dip, that dip that I'm looking for is not anything major. I know some people have commented numerous times, and I may even talk about it a little bit today in my topic about finding the best deals on your gold and silver. However, I have taken some comments that both have been along the lines of we ain't gonna see any dip, and you know, what does a dip really matter? What does 50 cents matter? So some of y'all know in the past and still to this day, even though I don't always show the big package openings, I buy for myself and I pick up silver for other people. Therefore, when you have multiple other people involved in a group buy, you're going to get a better rate. And a 50-cent drop or dip is not unlikely. We just had a run up of $2 in one day. So when I say I'm hoping to see a little bit of a dip, that's only, you know, I'm only talking 50 cents. $1 would be nice, but I think that's unlikely right now, especially after seeing the markets today on Monday, well, yesterday on Monday, where it seems like it's solidifying around the $24 level. We did see it pull back just a little bit, but it was very quick and it jumped up. I was looking for an opportunity to see low 23s or even $23 and didn't really see that. But I'm still hoping at some point throughout the week that we may see a little bit of a dip. So I'm going to talk today about getting the best buy, the best deal on silver. And I'm going to talk to you about why it matters and give you guys some tips on how you can actually find a better deal maybe on silver, because it is important. Getting the best deal you can is extremely important. You want to save as much money as you can. And I'm even going to give you a little bit of a secret site that you guys can check out and follow and really find some good deals, because I have found some amazing deals on that site. So and I'm not sponsored in any way by anybody. I'm not giving any specifics. I'm just telling you, shop around. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. And if you're not subscribed, take a quick minute and hit that subscribe button. Also, if you would like to become a member, October, we are doing our October membership event, and that is going to have a prize of a 1987 San Francisco American Silver Eagle. This is a MS69. It's certified from San Francisco, a $250 coin, and it's only $1.99 to join and become a member. We only have 8 spots left, so if you would like to become a member, definitely consider hitting that join button below. You can cancel at any time. You could become a member now, wait for the event, do the event, and then cancel if you want. It's no big deal. I totally understand. Some people will stop, some people will do it for certain events, and this event is going to be awesome. That's why there's only 8 spots left. So with that being said, let's jump in right off, and I'll give you guys the tip, the big tip right off on where you guys can go to find some really good deals, and then I will talk to you about why the good deals are important. So okay, so the first thing I've got to say, because when I show you this, you guys might be like, what? You're not joined? I'm joined. I'm just joined on the phone that I'm actually shooting this video on, and not on this phone, because this is my personal, I guess you can say my personal info phone. So this is the Silver Asylum. It's a great site on Facebook. If you just type in the Silver Asylum, join the group. It's a good opportunity. He posts all the time, great videos, great references, and any deals that he finds or that members find, they end up posting so you can get some silver here and there at spot price. And there's been no better time to join that. It's free to join, but here's the thing, with Black Friday only about a month away, opportunities are going to be there. And so it's important that you join a good group like that, and it's free to join. So if you join, you'll be notified of amazing spot price deals that will be coming around on Black Friday. And I think it's important that we're looking for deals, especially right now, because with the price really solidifying at $34, and premiums easily $2.50, $3 at most places. If you're lucky and you shop around, you can find $3 premiums. In some cases, you might even find something a little lower. Just be very careful, because a lot of sites will show you a price and they might say only $2, as low as only $2 over spot. But here's the thing, as low as could mean, yeah, if you're going to buy 1,500 ounces or 3 monster boxes, because I actually almost got roped in today. Somebody told me that somebody had a great deal. I went to the site and I said, I'm not buying 1,500 ounces. And so it wasn't really that great of a deal. It jumped it back up to $39, and $39 is basically $5 over spot. Now, is that crazy? $39 or $5 over spot. A lot of it's going to depend on the type of coin. If it's a collectible coin, if it's a generic ounce, what it is. I'll be honest, I am after ounces right now. I am after as many generic ounces as I can get, because I think a time is going to come where it's going to be very difficult for you to get silver at a good deal. It's going to be difficult for you to get silver, period. And therefore, I'm trying to acquire as many ounces as I can. Now, when I say I'm looking for a good deal, let's hypothetically say I'm going to put a purchase in. I've got $500 to spend. And I've got two options. I've got a nice option of fancy coins at $500, or I have a second option of generic stuff at $450. Now, here's why I prefer the $450 option. Because I'm getting generic, it leaves me $50 extra. But I'm not going to take that $50 and say, oh great, I saved $50, now I can go to the movies. Or now I can go eat out an extra day this week. No, that's not why I do it. I do it so I save the $50 so I can buy a little bit more ounces. I'd rather have more generic than less fancy American Silver Eagles. That's why I picked up these 2 kilos. It was a great deal. It was an individual trying to sell them, needed a little bit of money. He needed $1,000. And so I took one, and then by the end of the week I said, hey, I'll take the other one, because I recognize that as an opportunity. You're going to want to get as much silver as you can under your belt now. Now, here's the thing. If you've been stacking for years and you've got a bunch, then you really don't have nothing to worry about. But for the new people out there, silver's getting more and more expensive. And I don't want to see someone get, I'm going to say this, and I don't want anybody to take it the wrong way. I don't want to see someone buy in, and then all of a sudden we do see a big pullback. And by big pullback, let's just say $4 or $5. Here's the thing. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. We have seen stuff like that happen before. Is it likely? In my personal opinion, it's not likely that that will happen. Silver is getting tighter, I guess you can say. A lot of banks that have been shorting it are in trouble right now. And on top of that, they're making it harder because the price is going up, which means a lot of stress comes with that. I don't know how many of you followed the whole JP Morgan scandals that got pretty crazy for a while. I mean, one guy took a, I'm trying to think of the proper way because I can't say this without getting in trouble. He took a nail, pew, for building a house and hit himself in the head with it 3 or 4 times. It was deemed self-inflicted. There's certain words I'm not allowed to use, so I'm not going to say them. It was deemed self-inflicted, but being one of the top at JP Morgan, it was questionable amongst a lot of people. I mean, can you imagine hitting yourself with a nail, pew, for framing a house 3 or 4 times? Can you imagine? They had a couple people that literally thought they could fly. These were big executives and basically went over the side of a building. There was a lot of issues that went on. I'm not going to go too much into it because you can look that stuff up. And then JP Morgan got investigated on other stuff, on precious metal spoofing, precious metals scandals. Some of their people went to jail for it. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on right now that still exists in the precious metals manipulation. Here's the thing. Silver should have never been priced as low as it has been for the last, we'll say, 10 years even. It's been basically overbought. We're running a deficit on it, and now it's starting to come due. And at some point, you've got to pay the piper. Now, with that being said, deals are important. I can't stress that enough. And I know I hear people tell me all the time, oh, you're cheap. Is 50 cents or a dollar going to really matter? I've talked about this many of times because I take a lot of heat in the comments sometimes and in emails. But here's the thing. The more ounces you can get under your belt, the better off you will be. It does not matter what is on the ounce of silver. Because the truth of the matter is, when stuff collapses, or even if the price of silver just keeps going up, let's just take a look at when silver shot up to $50 the first time, you know, during the whole Hunt brothers. You had your great melt. So much stuff was getting sent into the refineries and melting down. It was insane. It wasn't just junk silver that was being melted down. It was your junk silver, 90% silver coins. It was silverware sets. It was even coins that had good value to them. But the truth of the matter is, when the price of silver is over $50, they don't care. They need that silver. There are bigwigs out there that need it for everything from military, industry, and technology. You need your cell phones, your computers, that type of stuff. And really anything we use silver for, especially solar panels. So the fact is, you need to get as many ounces under your belt. Now, I've had some people ask me in the comments, how many ounces should I have? I'm new to stacking. A good goal, I will always say, is 500 ounces. Start trying to accumulate 500 ounces of silver. Is that a lot? Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, today's price, you're talking something like 17, 18 or $19,000. It's a lot of money to acquire, a lot of fiat cash for those people that are like hardcore. Someone's typing it right now. I have to use the word money because even though I know paper is not money, I have to use that word because there's a lot of new stackers. People are finding out about silver to this day now. More and more people are finding out about it. They're hearing about it. Some of you people, you guys, the subscribers, the members, the people watching this, some of you have told friends. And now those friends hear something on the news and now they're calling you up and they're asking you questions. You know, don't tell them you missed the boat, because the truth of the matter is they didn't miss the boat. Even at $34 silver, they're still not missing the boat, because it's going to go a whole lot higher. Will a time come when they've missed the boat? Yeah, when silver goes up 5, 10 times the price. At 10 times the price, I would probably not want to be getting into it if I've seen a 10x move in a short time frame. However, we haven't even seen a double yet. You know, if you take a look at silver prices at the beginning of the year, we were at 22. We're at 34. What, 40%? 40% is not missing the boat yet. Not even close. Because the truth of the matter is, the biggest gains come closer to the end. It always happens that way. You look at even crypto. When you see these big run-ups, that's usually when the cat's out of the bag. And that's usually a sign to be very careful, especially if you're putting in large sums of money. Smart money has been slowly accumulating silver and gold. They've been slowly investing in it. More and more countries are starting to buy it. More and more people around the world are starting to buy it. Here in the U.S., we're a little bit slower. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. We teach, how do I say this? I guess the easiest way is we teach Keynesian economics. We don't teach real money. We teach what benefits this system of things. And it's great because we're the top dog in this system right now, but little by little, people are moving away from this system. And, I was just listening to something earlier where some of y'all have already heard that the BRICS wants to back their currency 40% to gold. Well, what is that really going to do? When you think about it, a lot of people are going to look at that and they're going to think, well, they must have solid money because they're backing their currency to gold. The U.S. doesn't do that anymore. We can't even pay what we charged, what we owe, And then here's the other thing to think about. That really does put the U.S. in a rough spot because let's take a look. What are their options to get in a better spot? Well, buy gold would definitely help if they were to start buying up gold. But the thing is, if they start buying up gold, they're going to drive the price up. And if countries have already backed their currency to gold, then we're driving up their currency while we accumulate gold. Now, I guess that would still be a good thing in a way. I hate to say that like that because there's not many options that we could do at that point, but it would be a good thing. And the reason it would be a good thing is because we'd still be using paper money and pushing it into buying gold. And then we would eventually have a large amount of gold. Some people believe we still have the gold at Fort Knox. I'm not convinced we do. I am convinced that at a certain point, the U.S. is going to reevaluate the price of gold. And they're just going to say, you know what, gold is $10,000 or whatever the case may be. I've heard a lot of cases and arguments for $35,000 gold. I've even heard some that have came out and said $100,000 gold. Now, these numbers, I think, are maybe a little bit too high. I hate to say that. It's going to be easier for them just to water down the currency and just devalue the currency. I think, though, we could come a day that we end up devaluing the currency and then doubling the price of gold. And essentially, they move the two numbers closer together like that. They can't outright make gold $100,000. I mean, nobody would be able to afford it. A lot of people wouldn't accept it. In fact, a lot of countries would probably be selling it to us for paper. And then all that paper in the system would basically skyrocket prices of everything we buy, and it would kind of ruin the whole thing. I hate to say it like that, the whole game that we play. We right now have a privilege. I mean, people don't understand. The average person probably hasn't even left the United States. When I talk to people, a lot of them have never been outside of the United States. They might have gone on a little trip to Mexico because I am in South Texas, and most people have taken a drive down there. I've taken a drive down there, crossed the border, done some shopping, but I've traveled the world because I was military. I've been in the Middle East, I've been in Europe, I've been in South America, never been anywhere in Asia yet, but we have it really good here in this country. We have it good right now. A time will come where we're not going to have it as good as we have it. And if you're not prepared for what's coming, then you might be in trouble. And if you're solely relying on your 401k or your government, I'll say Social Security or any kind of government money, keep in mind, I mean, will that money have value? Will that money, I mean, even Jerome Powell has came out and said, yeah, we can guarantee we'll be able to pay people their Social Security money. There's nothing that will stop us from giving them the money. We just can't guarantee how much it will buy. It's possible that your Social Security might not even buy you your groceries. So once you realize that that's a possibility, you have to make a plan and prepare for yourself and understand the way the rest of the world is, and then understand the way we are here in this country. We have become quite spoiled. I hate to say it like that because I am an American. It makes it sound like maybe I'm a little bit anti. I'm not. I just think that the average person has enjoyed a little too much and not saved enough. I hear it from my friends all the time. Oh, what happens if you passed away tomorrow? You didn't get to enjoy your money. You need to enjoy life and enjoy your money now and spend, spend, spend. No, you don't. There's nothing wrong with saving and living on a budget. There's nothing wrong with it. Does that mean don't treat yourself? Of course it don't. I try to treat myself once every couple weeks to the surfing crab. You guys have seen my short videos. Pick 3 different seafoods for $22. I mean, that's pretty good. A half a pound of 3 different seafoods. So you're getting a pound and a half of seafood. And then you get the sides with it, which I'm not supposed to be eating the potatoes anymore now, or the corn, really. But, you know, you've got to treat yourself a little bit, but you don't have to overindulge. I mean, you know, a $10 cup of coffee every morning at Starbucks is a little too much indulging. Now, I understand there's people out there that are going to still spend it. They're not going to care, you know, but I would urge you to be mindful and start stacking some silver. Look for ways to cut some cost and start stacking a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with going to your coin dealer and asking him, what is the cheapest thing you have? I mean, when I go, I try to be a little bit like I'm poor. I hate to say that. You know, I don't have a lot of money to spend. What's the best deal I can get? I'm looking for the cheapest silver that I can find. I don't care what it is, anything. And then, well, I'll tell you what. If I take the whole tube, will you do a quarter less each on each one of them? I mean, think about it. That's $5 that you saved. And $5 may not seem like a lot, but you know what $5 is? It's a silver quarter. It's a couple of silver dimes. It's a little something extra down the road. You know, $5 technically right now is 5 grams of silver. Technically, it's 4.7. These little tiny grams, if you're lucky enough to be able to find them at $1 a piece. But silver, junk silver, in jewelry form, that stuff pretty much sells for like $1 a gram in a lot of cases. I mean, because they're just going to melt it down. It has no real value in their eyes. You know, the jewelry, they'll pop the stones, they'll melt it down, they'll get spot price, and boom, that's it. So look for opportunity where you can. Look for any deals. That's why I do follow a bunch of those different websites, kind of like the Silver Asylum, where I showed you at the beginning of the video, because, you know, I'm looking at that periodically. I'll check, and all of a sudden I see a message, 1 10-ounce bar at spot. Well, a 10-ounce bar at spot, that's, you know, you're talking a $30 savings in some cases. You know, if the premiums are running $3 an ounce, that's $30 that you save. That's a whole nother ounce of silver almost. You got to start putting away ounces. A time is going to come when they literally will either reevaluate gold and it will pull silver a whole lot higher, because you're not going to see the gold silver ratio go some crazy number of like 400 to 1. Now, I know some people out there might say, well, the U.S. debt clock says that there's 408 ounces of paper silver to every 1 ounce of physical silver. And that is true, but that's not the same thing that I'm talking about. That's paper contracts. Because a lot of people think owning a paper contract is the same thing as owning physical silver, and it's not. Why? Because when the system starts breaking down, there's going to be a lot of people that are left out. And even the people that run that system will tell you it's not a big deal because price will solve everything. Well, what do you mean by that? Price will solve everything. At some point, people will give up their paper ounces. They'll give them up for $40 an ounce. Some will give them up for $50 an ounce. Some will give them up for $60 an ounce, and so on and so on. And so price will be a determining factor. I've told you guys before, I mean, I'm willing to let go of a lot of my silver if we see the gold-silver ratio go to 40 to 1. I'm willing to sell some of my silver off if we ever see silver go to $60. Now, someone might say, why would you sell your silver for $60 if the dollar is getting devalued? because at the time of doing that, I would instantly take those dollars and put it into something else that I need. Maybe it will be a gas-powered generator. Maybe it will be a piece of land. Maybe it will be a new car. Who knows? I'm certainly not going to want to hold a ton of dollars and give up real money for fake money. And what I mean by fake money is printed to oblivion. They just keep printing it. They have no responsibility. They're like kids, literally. They just keep printing money and they don't know how to budget anything. And so that's where I think things are going to continue to go. We're going to continue to see higher and higher prices, but look for some little pullback here and there. Even 50 cents makes a difference. With that being said, I thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you go and check out the Silver Asylum. It's a great site, and you can find a lot of good deals on there and a great group of people. So thank you all for watching. I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Again, if you made it this far, hit that thumbs up button. I know a lot of people forget, but it helps out more than you know. And I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.